Okay, as one of our objectives for this unit is structure of a 5-paragraph essay, we're going to look real quick at a very general and somewhat simplistic manner in order to structure an introductory paragraph. So we spoke about this on numerous occasions, and generally speaking, we want our introductory paragraph to take sort of a triangular momentum, and we can open up our introductory paragraph with some sort of general statements, a general concept, nothing which would be too specific or relevant to our actual content, be it a novel study or poem. And we want to look at that sentence in conjunction to, at the bottom here, we can see our very specific, which is our thesis, which we have taken from our aspect. And then in between there, at least in terms of 6th grade, we're going to have basically a single solitary linking sentence, which is going to move from the general statement. And of course, our general statement is non-argumentative. Thesis, of course, needs to be argumentative. And our linking sentence will have some sort of bridge in between our general universal statement and our very specific thesis statement. So this is a student example. This is Maddie's. It's fairly decent, but I think it really works for what we're doing right here. It is natural for young adolescents to be creative. Often creativity is expressed through games, although the games children play reflect highly on their personality. In Anne Fine's novel, The Tulip Touch, the games are the basis of their relationship, and one can see their personality through how the girls interpret the game. So this is her very simple 3-sentence introductory paragraph to her 5-paragraph essay. And we're going to break down these 3 sentences and relate them back to our triangular graphic. So, if we look back at our triangle, we have sentence 1 is general universal statement. It's non-argumentative, which means, and generally speaking, most people would agree with this statement. She says, it is natural for young adolescents to be creative. That's kind of a common understanding, common knowledge, and very few people would actually disagree with that. So that is her general universal statement. It's non-argumentative. And let's jump down to the yellow bit, which is her thesis. In Anne Fine's novel, The Tulip Touch, the games are the basis of their relationship, and one can see their personality through how the girls interpret the game. Now, we could argue that whether this is argumentative or not, but for our purposes in grade 6, we're going to say it is. And she's going to make it argumentative by going back through her paragraph, I should say her essay, and giving us specific examples from the novel, which will support this thesis. But let's look at the first sentence again. It is natural for young adolescents to be creative. That's not naming any names. It's not even mentioning the novel. It's a very general, broad, universal statement. Her thesis, once again, does mention specifics. For example, as our author has the novel. It might want to mention the girl's name here. I think it just says the games are the basis of their relationship. That's a little bit unspecific. But it works for our introductory paragraph example. And now let's see how she links the two. Often, creativity, there she repeats her sort of aspect which deals with creativity. Often creativity is expressed through games, although the games children play reflect highly on their personality. So essentially, it might need a little bit of work, but for the most part, what she's done is she has her general statement, which deals with creativity and how it's natural for young people to be creative. And then she's linked that to her specific example, which is her thesis, and how these two girls interpret these games differently. And we can understand their personality and their characters more intimately through their interpretation of the games. Her linking sentence, once again, is often creativity expressed through games. So there we have that connection between creativity leading us more directly towards her thesis, which is a specific combination of games, creativity, and our novel selection, The Tulip Touch. Excellent job, Manny.